Hey everyone, this is Laura and welcome to my channel. I am going to apologize ahead of time for my throat and my nose if I sound a little unclear. I am having serious allergy issues and it is that time of year, guys, so I am going to apologize ahead of time. But besides that, I would like to welcome you all to my channel. I have two little projects, and these projects were inspired by a pocket letter swap that I am participating in over at a CCL site. And I created the pocket letter, and I was thinking that I wanted to make something to send along with the pocket letter for my swap partner. And I had remembered that it was a sewing themed, and I remembered that Diemond Dies has a beautiful dress form die that I thought would go really, really, really well with the whole sewing theme. Um, and they also have the whole vintage button, which I did use um, for my pocket letters. However, I wanted to do a sewing theme, but create something using the newer dies that were just released a few weeks ago. And so I will share with you what I made. Before I get to that share, though, I just want to remind you guys that if you have purchased a die from Diemond Dies already, it would be great for you to come and join us over at our Facebook page over at diemonddies.com and join in a secret card swap. And for every card that you do create, you will gain an entry towards a giveaway at the end of the month. The giveaway will be for a $15 gift certificate. Also, we have our Make It with Diemond Dies monthly giveaway, which is a $10 gift certificate to their store. And basically, for that event, you can just create whatever you want. Whatever you want, as long as it's a new project and as long as you use one Diemond Die. And for both events, you have to use at least one Diemond Die. You can use more, but you have to use at least one in your project. I am so sorry. I have been tinking away here, and I didn't realize I got a lot of black ink in my fingernail. So, that being said, go on over to Diemond Dies, check out their Facebook channel where there's lots of great things going on. And also remember that if you do decide to purchase any of the dies over at the diemonddies.com store, if you use my coupon code, thanks Laura, you will receive 10% off your total order. And also, please do remember that all orders that are $35 or more, whether you are US or international customer, ships for free. And that is amazing. Amazing. So, for this project, I used three of my newer dies. I used my Melody of Leaves, and I just love the name of this die set because it truly is a complete melody of leaves. You have six, not one, six different leaves from this teeny, teeny, tiny leaf all the way to this very large, beautiful leaf. Now, I don't know if you guys can see this, but do you see all the etching? That is the amazing details that you will get with these leaves. Now, I happen to have quite a few pre-cut leaves that I pre-cut. I sat here and I just wanted to have them ready for my projects. And I want to share that with you up against this white because I want you to really take a look at all the details. Do you see all those little ridges? And then when you take your leaf, as a matter of fact, I think I'm going to do that for you um, right now. I think I have my black mat here available. Yes, I do. I have a few flowers on them that I was going to do, but that's okay. I can put that here to the side for now. So let's say you take your little black mat, which I have right here. Um, I don't know if you guys have one of these, but let's say you don't have a stylus and you have a paper piecer or one of these. I think these are called an on. I forgot the name of this right now. I just call it a paper piercer. Um, but anywho, if you take the leaf, now I always tell people there are two sides to the cut side. There's the rough side and the smooth side that kind of goes underneath the blade. I flip it over to the rough side, and that's where I do my detailed. And what I do is I just go down with my paper piercer straight down the middle. Can you see that? Like so. And then once I've done that, all I do is just do a lot of little jagged lines going out towards those ridges, because this to me makes it look very veiny, just like the real leaves that we find. And then you have all those beautiful details. I just love this die. Yep, so that's the medley of leaves die. And then you have your cherry blossom die, which is also a new die. And these are the little cherry blossoms that get that are cut out. And you have a small one and a large one. Now you can use the small one by itself. You can use the large one by itself. You can use two of the large ones together, two of the small ones together, or you can stack them up individually, whatever you want. You don't have to use them as cherry blossoms, which I am going to share with you. I chose for this project not to use them as cherry blossom, but rather just to use them as little flowers, little add-ons. And if you have watched my previous video, I already did use it as little cherry blossoms on some cards and a layout. And so this time I thought I'd share how I use them in a different way other than as cherry blossoms. So let me bring out my projects. The first one, like I said, I had a sewing themed swap that I participated in, and I had to make a pocket letter, and I wanted to make a few little things to go along with that pocket letter for my swap partner. And I was cleaning out this weekend, and I came across some of these tiny little notepads, and I thought this would be a nice little gift to make. And so I did that. I took the small notepad and I layered some paper, some cardstock, and again, very quick, simple, fast and easy. And I just put some of these pretty papers all around it. Then what I did was I cut out, well, first I added some of this flat back pearl trim to the front and to the bottom of the notebook pad. Then I stamped out Love Your Life, and I really love that stamp. It's one of the little Prima stamps that I have in my stash. I then took the dress form die from Diemond Dies and I cut it out of black cardstock. Then I took that dress form die and cut it out again out of blue cardstock. Then what I did was I snipped off, I created a neckline with my scissors, and I snipped off the bottom half of the blue. And then I ran it through my embossing folder. And I believe this one is snake skin or reptile skin or something like that. So then I added some stickles, and I also distressed it with some of the Broken China Distress Inks by Tim Holtz. Here to the neckline, I added a little bling and my white gel pen to make it look like a necklace. Here is where I use the cherry blossom flower. And as you can see, I distressed it. I shaped it on my little mat. And then to the center, instead of adding a pearl, I added liquid pearls, which is this stuff right here. And I did that in ruby red. I also added a little string, which I added some beads to dangle off her waistline. I added some pearls over here, and here is some more of those cherry blossom flowers that I created. And this time I used blue cardstock, red cardstock. Again, I added the liquid pearls. And I don't know if you can see those little leaves there, guys, but those are the leaves that I was just sharing with you. And again, just putting them on a little mat, and maybe a paper piercer or a stylus, whatever you have available, even a toothpick if you don't have either one, and score the paper up, and you have some beautiful little flowers. Um, for those of you who maybe don't have a stylus at home, but you do have some either uh, paper flower dies, such as these that are small, or even some paper punches, the Friskar paper punches or the McGill paper punches. I know I have a few of them. You can also sometimes use the bottom of a paintbrush, such as this one that I have here. This is my paintbrush, and you can use that as a stylus if you don't have a stylus to shape your papers for your flowers. Lots of little other ways to get around that. So this is her little notebook with all the bling on it, and I just love the way these little flowers came out. I hope she likes it. So I altered her a little notebook, and again, keeping in mind that it was a sewing themed, I also made her a card. And here is where I used that mini envelope die that's new to Diemond Dies as well. And I don't know if you can tell, but I cut out the envelope and the card. So I started out with some pink cardstock for the base of my card, which I added the gray cardstock, and then I added these Tilda Magnolia papers from my, I think it's Country Escapes pad, and then I added the gold doily. To that, I cut out one of the Diemond Dies dress form, again in black, and then I cut it out of pink cardstock. To the cardstock, I added some pink stickles on half. Here I have some liquid pearls to act as a little pearl necklace. Here I have the mini card envelope from Diemond Dies, and I cut this out of the Tilda Magnolia papers and this one out of the cardstock. I distressed everything, and then I tucked it in, I glued it down, and then to that I added this little spool of thread that was from a stamp set that I just received, and I colored that in with my Copics. And then here I added one of those little garment pins that I also glued down on a little pearl. And then here I have a string that's just going wonky that I glued in several different places. Down here I have another spool of thread and a thimble, again keeping that whole sewing themed. To the bottom and to the middle of her dress, I added this lace, and then to the lace I added this polka dot pink ribbon. And I wanted it to kind of give the feeling of like the measuring tape or the sewing measuring tape. I didn't have that, so I just used this one instead. So I just kind of let it fling over, cascading down. And then over here is where I used my cherry blossom flower. I added a little flower to the waist of her dress, and I only used the one layer for this dress. And like I said, you can use the one flower, you can use them stacked up or not. And for these little flowers down here, these are more of the Diemond Die flowers. I use the Realistic Rose and my Forget Me Not flower die sets for that. I also used another new die, which I did forget that I actually used, um, uh, which is the skeleton leaf die. And that's this one right here. And this is what it looks like all cut out. And it is my favorite leaf die ever. This is gorgeous. I can't tell you enough. It has so much detail. I mean, look at the details to and it cuts beautifully. No problems cutting whatsoever. And this is called the skeleton leaf die, also available at DIemondDies.com. And I took that one and I just tucked it back here like so. And I love, love, love it. And then I did some faux stitching all around the card. On the inside, I have these two little stamp images, which I distressed and fussy cut, that also came from that same stem set. And that's where I'll write my note for her. So yeah, I made her a card using my Diemond Die dies and trying to incorporate my new dies, but also keeping with my sewing themes. And I think I did that. For this one. And then here, I just wanted to do something cute and whimsy. Again, keeping it kind of related to the whole sewing theme, but not really. Like this could be something that's just a little present for her that she can use anytime at all. She can keep it in her purse. It's the reason why I didn't want to add too much dimension to the front of the notebook, because I didn't know where it would be stored and I didn't want any pieces falling off. So that, there you go, guys. Some awesome, awesome new dies. Head on over to Diemond Dies and check out those amazing new dies. You have the Melody of Leaves. You have your Cherry Blossom Branch and Flower set. You have your Skeleton Leaf set and your mini envelope. Go on over, check them out. Don't forget to use that coupon code I gave you. And I will talk to you all very soon. Bye for now.